Welcome to The Advocate, a program that thrashes out all the topical issues of the day.
When you are in government, you don't see nothing wrong with whatever is happening. The moment you are out there, everything is wrong.
You can't even see many women now, and when they're there, they're not even really making a mark, and then they have an NYSC problem and this and that.
One of the reasons why we don't have more women in politics in Nigeria is for as long as political meetings continue to take place in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Really disastrous for a president
to even say
be unaware of the chief
It's
justice.
a ploy. It could be a strategy.
That strategy was
Backfired.
terrible strategy, because the buck stops at your table.
Whether it's that we don't look after our cities, and quite frankly, Nigeria is becoming a very ugly place.
When you are the only one feeding the people with this news and there is nobody countering them, it becomes, the news.
Okay, time to hear from you and to get your take on our discussions. Deji Ayeni says, concerning Chuka's topic, brilliant delivery, but please upload this program to YouTube for us in exile. Deji, you can catch up on all our episodes on www.plustvafrica.com/theadvocate. Chuka's presentation is certainly stirring up some responses. As Rita Thaddeus Adaba says, many congratulations, Chuka. Remain fearless. Speak truth to power, as I know you would. You don't hear I'm Chuka. Uzo says, I'm really enjoying the Advocate documentary series. Thanks. Thank you, Uzo, for letting us know. Concerning the challenge that last week's episode would ignite some fire in the soul, Grace Cookie says, ignited in mine, and am I the only one who scans the news periodically, searching for some hint of a court case? Grace Cookie, you're not alone. Do keep your comments coming in on Instagram and Twitter on @PlusTVAfrica, #TheAdvocateNG, and on Facebook on +TV Africa, #TheAdvocateNG. We look forward to hearing from you. Let's go for that quick break, and when we return, I will activate survival mode. You are watching The Advocate on +TV Africa. Strap up. We'll shortly be navigating some rugged terrain. The mood in Nigeria seems to be one of survival of the fittest, with what some might term a potential 4 more years of same level or lower level politics amidst rising poverty and high unemployment. What one politician predicted as being an impending social cataclysm. What really are the tough meant to do when the going gets tough? Survival mode activated came to mind recently when I was told about how after hours of queuing at the toll gate, the traffic on one side of the toll gate proceeded to use the other side as their exit, thus causing major mayhem. Think of the Titanic and what would have been the mood when its occupants knew they were going down for sure. And ask yourself, would you rather go down at the top of the topmost mast of the ship, having stepped on heads to get there, or somewhere on deck performing some noble rescue mission? One reason why my love affair with Nigeria will never come to an end is because Nigerians are refreshingly empathic, even when they're asking irritatingly mundane questions like, how was your night? We have a childlike faith and incredible optimism in the face of humongous odds. I count it an honor to be identified as a Nigerian almost all of the time. After all, what makes life worth the living or surviving? It is not the acts of lust and a grasping after life at all costs, but rather the acts of love and a laying down of one's life in the midst of the dust, the scum, and the harsh Nigerian sun. And so with this advocacy, I implore you, even if we're going down, show acts of kindness, show acts of love and mercy, as this will transcend the struggle of life anytime, any day. I've gone into my poetic mode again.
So that's your
I think you're a pastor today.
Yeah.
It's like a sermon, right?
See, when we continuously look at people that are always in the news, like the politicians and all that, and what they do, it's very difficult for people to show acts of chivalry or what's the act?
Kindness.
Patriotism, kindness, and all that. I think that we will step on heads to give up at the top of the mast of the ship. First of all, that's human nature.
Exactly.
By the way.
Exactly.
So it's not even Nigerian or anything. It is human nature.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure anybody will
It's
not
capable
do that.
of that.
Well, I want to come in here because exactly what you said, I loved it. I'm coming from a Christian perspective. when all this debacle called an election happened and the stress of it, I was so disappointed, I was heartbroken, you name it. I suddenly said to my mom, you know what? I'm taking my eye off this. I'm looking to God. I'm going to keep my focus on Christ, you know? And so therefore, I'm not going to let my environment, my external environment, dictate how I'm going to act or how I'm going to be. I'm just going to keep my focus on him and therefore let him lead me in how I'm going to act and relate to people and all of that. Right. So funnily enough, now I'm probably the most cheerful most cheerful person in my house now.
Yes, I agree it is good to be happy. You know, I agree it is good to look at the positive side. But fixated on the positive side alone will not, you know, clean out the negative.
Correct.
Take the elections. That had been our consistent problems. Every year we conduct elections, right from 1999. It is the same problems that we have been having with our elections that we'll still have even 4 years from now. Because after the election, we all go to sleep. Oh, it didn't yes, it didn't work out, but we can't kill ourselves. God is in control. And so we go to sleep. We forget that there were problems that needed to be solved. If only we sit back, look at these problems, even in our anger mood, and say, I want to pour out my anger at solving this problem, we'll be far removed from where we are today than, you know.
No, I appreciate what you're saying, but I wasn't saying that I
take your eyes off the practical things,
the problem or anything. I'm just saying that Ekene's point was that we shouldn't step on each other. We shouldn't now suddenly become so aggressive and evil to one another, just, you know, grabbing and not caring about our fellow man, not having any compassion or kindness. Yeah, because, you know, when it becomes survival mode, it's about survival of the fittest. So that means that the toughest, the strongest, the more capable will trod on the less. That's her point. You know,
correct.
She's saying that as we're, you know, trying to get where we want to get to, we should still show some kindness. We should still support each other. Yes, so that's the point that I understood it.
I think if we're being totally sincere, and I think Chuka already touched on it, there is that natural human instinct. The natural survival human instinct is actually to protect self first.
Yes.
Think about it. Even the planes that you talked about, right? What do they say when it comes down? Look after yourself first before the children. So exactly. So we have to be honest with ourselves in that sense.
Yeah, but that's why she's advocating against it, because she's kind of like telling you switch from your natural instincts.
No, but you can't advocate against something that is human nature. What you can say is perhaps we need to expand our love a little bit more, because Uche, if there's fire here right now, if there is fire in this building right now, we are all going to run through that door. Right? When we get outside, we're going to say, oh, who is missing? Who is missing? You're going to grab, only after that. You're going to grab. So what I'm saying is, it's not a problem.
That's why you have heroes.
I was just about to say, it's not a problem with being Nigerian. Like, that's why I said,
may I come in? Sorry, may I come in? Sorry, we love you. Let me just make this point though. I was actually bigging up Nigerians, because I'm saying that this is something that is intrinsic to us. A bit like what we were saying last time when we were talking about how we look after our own little republic. I'll give you an incident. When I was in the UK looking for my citizenship, and I took all my children, and I had to wake up at God knows what time just to get out things processed. I got into the embassy, and you know, the British way, unfortunately, for those of you in Britain, you can come back on me at this, is very almost regimented and sometimes inflexible. So they'll tell you, I'm sorry, the same message, I'm sorry, I can't help you, I'm sorry, and they just keep rolling on. It's like you're talking to a robot. I'm sorry, I can't help you, I'm sorry. You know, when I told one lady, oh look, I have 5 children, it's not my fault you have 5 children, it's not my fault. And she's really angry that this black woman comes to England to have 5 kids, you know. And I'm thinking, this one is not a human being. I almost broke down in tears. But once I got into the Nigerian embassy, come and see humanity, they carried my baby. They could see I was distressed because these children were tantruming, I couldn't control and I had woken up very early, taking them out of school, this one carried baby for me, this one, mommy, are you okay? And suddenly I felt like I was amongst human beings. And I'm saying that that's what distinguishes us from a lot of people. That, you know, we suffer every day, but you find someone who look you in the face. They're ragged and they're asking you, how was your night? And you can laugh with them. And that's why I love Nigeria so much. And I wouldn't go anywhere in the world, even if you bought a mansion for me.
And that's why I'm saying we need to be sincere with ourselves, because as we always say, there are good parts to us. and there are good parts to us as a people, and there are bad parts to us as a people.
Well, I have to snatch it from you there. There's much more mileage on that one, certainly.
Yeah.
While we pause for reflection, after all, Ireti says it was a sermon. After that discussion, Chuka is waiting on the other side of the break to unveil some ugly realities.